of all, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, first time in Malaysia?
First time in Malaysia. Yeah. We were here for 4 or 5 days. Asia Food Channel brought me to do kind of a tour promoting the showroom without a kitchen. And we've been kind of just doing a promotional dinner series in 4 different cities. And Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur is the 3rd stop on the tour.
Okay, first question. I understand you were in advertising before. So what made you decided to change career then?
I think the economic conditions of the world kind of pushed me into a position where I wanted to be my own boss, and the only thing I really knew how to do really well was cook. So I thought maybe I should start my own food company, and that turned into a business plan, and the business plan ended up kind of changing focus when I realized what I originally wanted wasn't necessarily something I could afford to do. And that's when the pop-ups started, kind of doing different events across the city off a table and selling food that way. And from there we got the food truck, the TV show, and then a restaurant eventually.
So can you tell us more about your restaurant, Lisa Marie?
Lisa Marie, yeah. So the food truck came first. And that's, it's Fidel Gastro's, but the name of the truck is Basile. And then the restaurant came about a year and a half, maybe about a year later, and her name is Lisa Marie, and that's Elvis's wife and Elvis's daughter. That's the kind of the idea behind that. And both of them they're both street food concepts. They have different menus, but there's a lot of, I guess, similarities or a connection between the two things. And that was kind of my goal. When we were launching the restaurant, we wanted it to still feel like part of the brand that we've created, but we wanted it to have its own identity as well, and not necessarily be a carbon copy of the food truck, but in a sit-down situation. So it's good. It allows for food creativity to happen on a different angle or a different kind of level, because the way it's experienced and the way it's presented is a little more refined, but it's still rooted in street food.
In your opinion, what makes a delicious street food? Any special ingredient?
I don't think there's necessarily one specific ingredient that makes street food tasty. I mean butter helps, but I think ultimately it's got to be a combination of really good quality food, but also it's got to be packaged in a way that people haven't really seen it before. It's got to have an angle of appeal, or else there's just so much street food out there. When you walk the night markets, for example, people are eating everywhere, but then all of a sudden they see someone eating something off a stick and they're drawn to that. So I think when you're thinking about a menu, not only do you have to think about the ingredients, but the way you present it and even how you brand it as a product.
So have you had any chance to taste any Malaysian local food?
I've only been eating local street food in every city we've been to. Kuala Lumpur is no different. As soon as I got off the plane, I went and I had the rice that you eat with your hands. So, I can't remember the name of it, but we had the crab, we had the lamb, the quail, and the rice and the curry, the spicy curry sauce. So I was eating it with my hands. It was very good. I was wearing half of it though afterwards by the end of it, but it was very tasty. Then the night after that we went to Chillin and I had chicken wings that were phenomenal wings, and then we had some salted egg fried calamari as well, so that was really good. And then last night we went to the night market and got to try a whole bunch of stuff. I think lok, the food on sticks. I'm doing well here. I'm remembering all the names. Lok, so the food on the sticks, where they have the broth and the fryer and the grill, and got to try a whole bunch of that. And I think it's all, it's great because coming here, and it's a very mature street food industry. Street food is a huge part of, I think, how people eat on a daily basis here. And I love that. I think it's great because it's still quite new to people in North America. In the last 5 years, you've really seen a shift in how people are eating and what they're eating. I think fine dining has taken a bit of a step back, and even restaurants are taking a more homely, grassroots approach to menus and ingredients, and just the way we prepare food, and even the way that the restaurant is kind of designed. And everything's getting back to basics, I think, which is important.